This book review is The Most Extraordinary Adventures of Major Robert Stobo, French Indian War hero and frontiersman, and very few people have ever heard of him. Hello, Bill Molyneux here with Bill's History World and Bill's Wargaming World and Goober the Traveling Bear. I have not done a book review in a while. One of the reasons is it's been very hectic with the holidays. So, but I finally finished Major Robert Stobo, The Most Extraordinary Adventures. This book, by the way, was gifted to me by Tim Cutler, aka Uncle Buck. So, what's the book about and why am I reviewing it? Alright, well, let's take a look at this book. Goober gives it extra paws up, by the way. Well worth listening to this book review. Well, this is a French Indian War book. And Robert Stobo, he was a major, born 1726-27, lived to 1770. He was a Scottish-born colonial American frontiersman, Virginia militiaman, French Indian War, and acted as a spy. Very much involved with George Washington. And what is amazing is, after the Battle of Fort Necessity, he becomes a prisoner exchange at Fort Duquesne. Then he's writing up secret reports, gets caught as a spy, gets sent up to Quebec. So in this map here, it shows all the places that he has traveled to. Williamsburg to Fort Duquesne, March to July 54. Fort Duquesne to Quebec, September to October 54. Quebec to Louisburg, May through June 59. Louisburg to Quebec, June, July. Quebec to Crown Point, September, October 59. Crown Point to Williamsburg, October, November. Now, the Major had information on how to take the city of Quebec. So, really, this officer, perhaps the least appreciated, most undervalued hero of our colonial period. His adventures in this book are incredible. So, to ensure the compliance of the surrender terms agreed by Major George Washington follow the Battle of the Great Meadows, Captain Jacob von Braun and our Major Stobo were kept as prisoners. So, it's quite amazing reading this. His adventures and everything that he was involved in. Now, when I thought his memoirs weren't discovered and published until 1854. So, one of the reasons you don't hear a lot about this particular officer and all the great deeds he did was it was over 120 years before he was even brought up. His land, he did pass away, sadly, from suicide. And I believe his land, he died June 19th, 1770. His memoirs are kept in the British Museum. So, this particular book was printed in 1965. Now, I found on Amazon there are reprints, and this is a third printing I have. 63 was the first one. So, if you're into colonial history and the French Indian War, if you haven't read anything on Major Robert Stobo, there's quite a bit about him on Wikipedia also. So, he was in the Virginia Militia, the 15th Regiment of Foot. And I'm still amazed of all the places he went to, escaped from prison, So if you can find this book on Amazon, I highly recommend it, especially if you're a French Indian War person. There is also quite a bit about George Washington in this, where in the beginning, when he is with Washington at Fort Necessity. So, I hope you enjoyed this quick little book review with Goober the Traveling Bear and I. And lastly, thank you. Please subscribe and please watch more videos. Everything I make on YouTube gets donated to a history site. Thank you, everyone. Stay safe, be kind, and be courteous.